Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in Jew. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Are you feeling charitable? Then smash the subscribe button and the like button, and please do follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Yes, the Batman has been delayed till 2022. Here are the details. The Batman moves from 10th 1st, 2021 to the 3rd of the 4th, 2022. The Flash movie moves from the 6th of the 3rd, 2022 to the 11th of the 4th, 2022. Now, Shazam! Fury of the Gods moves from 11/04/2022 to 06/02/2023. Black Adam moves from 12/22/2021 to undated. Black Adam, which was supposed to be out at the end of next year, is now undated. But at the moment, nothing on Wonder Woman 84 and nothing on James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. For now, they stay where they are. Why has nothing been said about those movies? That's very, very interesting, isn't it? Could they be planning for at least Wonder Woman 84 to be pay-per-view on demand? Could they be making the right choice for once? So there you have it. But The Matrix is being moved forward. I don't know the exact date for that, and I don't really care. At the end of the day, this is an industry that has no plan B. No plan B whatsoever. No bailout plan for movie theatre chains. No merger with movie theatre chains. No conversation. These studios don't even converse with each other to actually sit down and say, listen, we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic here. We have to have a way to show our movies. We have to keep on making money. But all we get from journalists and from the industry is we're waiting for the industry to rebound. We're waiting for COVID not to be a problem. You know, COVID could be a problem for the next 5 years. 5 years. What are they going to do? Keep on delaying movies? I'll tell you what they're going to do. When they're near bankruptcy, then they'll decide to talk to each other and merge with cinema chains and create some kind of pay-per-view platform on streaming services, right? That's when they'll decide to do the right thing. This isn't the right thing. Delay isn't the right thing. But they're doing it. They're delaying these movies. And of course, audiences and consumers are frustrated because the consumer itself knows that this is a situation that needs a plan B, that needs a plan. We thought for many, many years that the Hollywood movie industry and these studios were a very organized, well-oiled machine. And it proves that it's not. You know, you get to know a lot about a person or an entity when their back's up against the wall. And this industry, as I said, doesn't have a plan B. It's just, we want you to see it on the biggest screen. Delay. That's the only answer they've got. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And in terms of what's going on, this is bad. This is really, really bad. The Batman, not going to be seen to 2022. They're going to continue production. Production is not being delayed on any of these movies. This is not about a production delay. This is about release delays, right? And you see, the more you delay, but the more you keep on making movies, you have a domino effect, right? If you delay one thing, you have to delay the other thing. This is why there's no logic to delay. Listen, and they've lost a bunch of money on Tenet because Christopher Nolan wanted to encourage people back into the cinema. He wanted to protect the cinema, the movie theatre system. But, you know, encouraging people to go to cinemas in the middle of a pandemic isn't very wise, isn't very responsible. And Chris, to be honest with you, mate, you should have just released the movie on demand. That's it. You would have made so much more money, or the studios would have anyway. Now, I understand you're a filmmaker. You want people seeing it in the platform that you made the film. This is, a high-core elemental kind of, technological movie, if you like. And so it was filmed in IMAX. So he wants it to be seen in IMAX screens. And I understand that. But don't forget, the whole movie wasn't filmed in IMAX anyway. No movie is filmed totally in IMAX, right? Or they have certain sequences that are more IMAX than others, right? But anyway, the point being, this structure, this idea that they have that movie theatres will rebound, you know, this is a situation where you are killing your own industry because you don't have a plan, because you're obsessed. You think by doing this you're protecting movie theatres. Regal, right? Cineworld have closed every single one of their movie theatres down. They announced it officially yesterday. And I keep on hearing Hollywood elites, being very political on Twitter and demanding via, the Empire magazine that us, the public, support movie theatres. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the UK, encouraging people to go to cinemas and support their local cinemas when he's telling us that we should be staying at home one moment and then he's telling us that we should go out and support movie theatres. Now, I'm not in the UK. I don't have a Cineworld cinema here in Cyprus. But, we're all right here in Cyprus. We have like 20 infections a day. It's not even an issue, right? We still have to mask up and stuff, and we're obeying those rules, right? But the point being, this idea of delay, this idea of putting our heads between our legs and hoping for the best is no answer. Our movies that we are looking forward to, that we are willing to pay money for, are being delayed. And when you ask these studios to make some kind of comment or tell you their plan, if this carries on for the next 2 to 5 years, they don't have an answer. Or the only answer they have is, we want you to see this on the biggest screen possible. They have no concept that what they are doing is wrong. What they're doing is hurting the brand, right? And what's going to happen eventually, if this does carry on for the next, 3 to 5 years, Hollywood are a $1 trillion concern, right? All these studios are worth a hell of a lot of money. But there's only a certain amount of time where the consumer will be patient. In the end, people will lose interest in the movie industry. After all, we're full of streaming services, Blu-rays, DVDs, 4K, of old movies we can watch. And let's be honest, those movies are at a higher standard than the movies they make today. Not visually, but actually in terms of story and character development and in terms of being proper films, what we've got in our cabinets is better than what was being released in our cinemas anyway. Don't at me, or you can at me, I don't bloody care. That's the truth of the matter. We are in a terrible situation. These people are clowns. These people actually have no plan, don't know what they're doing, and just sitting there and delaying these movies. I repeat again, Black Adam hasn't even got a date, right? The James Bond situation, they were promoting the movie up to 1 day before they delayed it till next year. These are people who don't know what they're doing. And a lot of people say to me, yeah, but Mick, what can we do? There's a pandemic. I've told you what we can do. I've said it on this video. I've said it on previous videos. It's easy. You either set up a new streaming platform where you merge with cinema chains so they make money and you make money, or you just release them pay-per-view on iTunes and Prime Video and other platforms. It's easy. People will pay the money. People will pay $20 to $30 or whatever price you decide that these movies will make you a profit. There's not one person that would have gone to see these pre-COVID in the theatre that won't press the button to pay for these movies to watch once. Then they'll pay to own these movies a few months later. It's so easy. It's an easy solution. And I've said it so many times. We're all so in this, it's not fair, I want to see this, I want the cinematic experience. But we are in the middle of a pandemic and we have to think again here. We're being robbed of things that we are willing to pay for. And to me, it makes absolutely no sense to have to wait till 2022 to watch a film I've already seen a trailer for, that I've been hyped for at DC Fandom. Not just the Batman, the Flashpoint movie, a movie I'm really looking forward to. I was going to see it on the 6th of March 2022. Now, if I'm still alive at the age of 50, 51 or whatever, right? I have to wait till I have to wait till the 11th of April of 2022. And Shazam! Fury of the Gods, another film I was really looking forward to, not as much as Flashpoint, of course. I now have to wait till the 11th of April. I have to wait till the 6th of February 2023 to see it. And I don't even know when I'm going to get to see Black Adam, right? So thus far, at this moment in time, the movies we've got to look forward to, and I don't see how Wonder Woman 84 doesn't get delayed till next year. And the only reason they haven't announced it yet, because they've got a handbook, right? Because they've pushed it to December the 25th, 26th, they don't have to deal with that right now. June's already been delayed as well. That was a film ready to go. It's been in the microwave for 2 minutes. It's ready. That could have been pay-per-view. Easily would have made as much money as it would have done in theatres, right? And I say it again for you people saying these films cannot make the same amount of money on pay-per-view as they can cinematically. You're not making any sense. People don't actually have to walk out and do anything. All they have to do is press a button and pay. That's it. It's an easy system. I'm not talking about bringing down cinema forever, if that's what you think. I'm talking about a temporary system until this is over. This is logical. This makes sense instead of saying, well, you know that movie you were looking forward to? You know you're all locked up at home and you're wearing masks and you're all depressed, right? Well, you can watch these movies at home. And we are willing to pay for these movies, but they're not willing to give them to us. This could be a temporary thing. This could be announced. The movie, conglomeration that would be set up between studios and cinema chains could make this announcement. We have no intention of taking movies away from the movie theatre system permanently. This is something that we're doing temporarily because we have no choice. And sooner rather than later, we'll all be back in movie theatres watching movies. No one's got any common sense anymore. It's just everyone's so stuck in their ways and thinks if they just sit there and hope for the best, everything will go back. COVID has changed the world. It has changed the world, and we must move with it, right? There's nothing we can do. Basically, Tenet proved that people are not willing to go in their droves to cinemas. And Tenet made good money in terms of being in a pandemic, but nowhere near what they needed to. I mean, they got their money back, but to make the profit that they would have made pre-COVID. But if they released it exclusively on pay-per-view, and if they kept it in theatres as well, they could have done both. They would have doubled their money, even trebled it. But there's no thinking outside the box. It's staggering to me that no one understands the situation we are in. We may never have a reliable vaccine for COVID. They're working on them, but who knows? They're talking about the beginning of next year, end of this year, but that may never happen, right? We have to think about the consumer. We have to think about this wonderful industry. Where would me and you, us nerds, be without our movies and TV dramas, right? And our sitcoms? Nowhere. These things are important to the industry and to us. And surely these people have to sit down together. The time of being individual studios and individual cinema chains has gone, right? There are DC movies not ready to go, but DC movies that we're not going to see because they've delayed and delayed movies. And now, as I say, they have this domino effect. There's no logic to this. There's no intelligence to this. It's just, let's hope for the best. And I'm absolutely staggered because I've watched lots of videos, I've read lots of articles on this, and not one person is echoing the logical narrative that I'm speaking about. It's like I'm in an asylum and I'm a madman. I'm a bit of a madman. I do call myself Mad Mickey. But at the end of the day, right, to me, it makes perfect sense to temporarily, stream these movies pay-per-view until cinemas are a viable concern again. Cinemas are not a viable concern. As I've already said, Tenet proved that, right? Not enough people are willing to risk their lives and the lives of everyone else in the world just to watch a movie. And I know people were there social distancing, wearing the masks, and they said it was a good experience. And I'm sure that it was. Personally, sitting there for 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 90 minutes with a mask on my face isn't viable. I would get claustrophobic. I would get hot. I would have to move it now and again, which isn't what you're supposed to do. It doesn't work. It's simple, right? It doesn't work. And you know people are taking their masks off anyway when they're eating their popcorn. You know it. Right, look, cinemas, as I say, are not viable right now. We have, through technology, another way for people to see these movies. But the only answer they've got are outside cinemas. Well, most countries don't even have the weather, especially when you've got the big movies out, to do this. It simply isn't viable. And the only viable thing is streaming on demand. But they won't do it. And because of that, we're not going to see our favourite movies. I'm fortunate that I saw Wonder Woman 1984 and I loved it and I did a video about it. And I think at the time I kind of hoped that Wonder Woman 84 could have a kind of tenant release. But listen, they now know that that's a loss. They know they can't do that. And I'll repeat myself, via streaming, there's $1 billion waiting for Wonder Woman 84 and any other huge blockbuster. I would say to Hollywood, why are you bothering going back into production to make cinematic movies when you're not willing to show them to the public? What's the point? Why are you making these movies, right? I'll repeat, we don't know when cinemas will be viable again. And sitting there and going delay, 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 and not having a plan B isn't the way to do it. So Hollywood have shown themselves to be a bunch of clowns in a circus that have no idea or thought process how to save their own industry. Cinemas, the movie theatres are falling by the wayside. Think about it. They're putting expense into their movies. They're making movies, spending money on them, but they have no way to show them. But they do via streaming. But they don't want to do it. And that's the problem now. How long will this carry on? How long will this pig-headedness and stubbornness go on for? Because I just can't see how any business can keep on going when they're spending money on making the product, but they're not willing to sell it because they're not willing to think outside the box and think of another way of selling it. I'm just a dumbass and I've got a great way of doing it. Why don't they do this? And if it will take too long to set up a new streaming service, you can still sell those movies, pay-per-view, Prime Video, iTunes, and different ways. It's there. The technology is there for these films to make money, for these films to be enjoyed by people sitting in the comfort of their own homes. Money can be made. Why wouldn't you want to do that temporarily? I am absolutely mystified, shocked, frustrated, and depressed of Hollywood's lack of thinking, lack of unity with other studios, and the movie theatre chains. I'm speechless. I'm shocked, and it doesn't matter what you think about preserving the movie theatre experience. At this moment, it is not viable, and we need another plan. And it wouldn't take too much thinking or doing to actually put that into practice. Comment down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with even more DC Multiverse Daily. See you again soon.